So as you may know, Britain recently announced, the British government, that they're going to be suspending some arms sale export licenses for a few of the arms that they sell to Israel on the grounds that, under their assessment, it might be used in a way that could contravene international law. Not that it is, but it might be. They said it's just a decision they have to do that's legal. It is so clearly political. It is so clearly selective. It is so clearly a signal to the anti-Israel mob and perhaps the Labour Party's political constituency that detests Israel and wants to see them going against Israel. It's a gesture, and it is biased. It is based on double standards. And I want you to watch this clip of a British politician, a member of the upper chamber of the British Parliament, the House of Lords. Her name is Baroness Claire Fox, asking a question about this very point and this hypocrisy. She makes a great point. Watch.
To the law.
Does the Minister understand that one of the concerns is that Israel is treated differently and to a higher standard than any other country in the world? So I'm delighted to hear that this international law is all-seeing and so on. But as somebody who has noted how much there has been in terms of arms sales to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Turkey, is the Minister really telling me that every single time David Lammy and his lawyers have looked at it and said, my goodness, what's happening in Yemen is an absolute haven of peace and no humanitarian law has been broken? I mean, I'm just suggesting that people are rather confused, and it feels disingenuous, and it feels as though Israel is being punished, pointed at, demonised, and told that they are in breach of humanitarian law. And they are not, no matter what you say, they are defending themselves. And they are being punished morally, even if not that the number of arms really matters.
It's a great clip, and I want to actually show you another clip which shows another British politician, this one a member of the House of Commons. I think she was the former Trade Secretary. She's currently running to be leader of the Conservative Party. Her name is Kemi Badenoch, and she said, she actually elaborated on these points in some detail, and I want to show you what she said. She said, it's not true that the removal of Israel's arms licenses was a legal decision. Keir Starmer should not hide behind this fig leaf. It was very much a political decision. I know this because as Trade Secretary responsible for arms licenses, I saw the legal advice. So why has the decision been made? It's because Labour are scared. People remember in February when a vote in Parliament was compromised by Labour MPs who were intimidated by the anti-Israel lobby. We are now governed by a party that is not brave enough to face down intimidation and lobbying. This year I made a considered decision to maintain all existing licenses for arms exports to Israel. Union-backed civil servants threatened to stop work and go on strike. My response was not to make concessions, but to make it clear that they were to deliver the government's agenda, not their own. We had numerous protests outside my department. On one occasion, my building was stormed. The security guards and some of my staff were pushed and shoved around. It was threatening and scary for all of us, but despite that, and unlike Labour MPs, I stood firm and did my job. The UK has one of the most robust export control systems in the world. What many don't realise is that imported Israeli arms have protected UK service personnel in conflicts like Afghanistan and Iraq. Along with intelligence, our defence trade with Israel is of mutual benefit, and when this war ends, Israel's view of our trade relationship will be changed. This is why I'm very concerned about the Prime Minister's pretense today that this was a legal decision. It isn't. It is very political. The Labour government has once again prioritised the mob over UK interests, making politically charged foreign policy decisions that lack legal reasoning and weaken our position in the global fight against Iran and her terrorist proxies. In its final paragraph, the FCDO says it has not been possible to reach a determinative judgment on allegations regarding Israel's conduct of hostilities. If it hasn't been possible to reach a judgment, why are licenses suspended? And if ministers suspend licenses without a determinative judgment ever being reached, why would anyone buy arms from the UK? Our defence industry is critical to national security and our economy. Playing around with it like this is dangerous. In summary, Keir Starmer is using and politicising the law for political ends. In doing so, He has upset key allies like the USA and been unbelievably insensitive by making the announcement on the day we learned of the cold-blooded murder of 6 Israeli hostages by Hamas. And by the way, the FCDO is the Foreign Office. It's great to see that there is some pushback on these kind of things of what's happening in the UK. Let's be absolutely clear. There's nothing sensible, fair, legal about this decision. It is political. It is about hostility to Israel, to the world's only Jewish state, and to be punishing Israel, to be penalizing them in their time of need when they're using these weapons to defend themselves, when they've been fighting one of the most surgically precise wars in the history of modern urban warfare. One can only conclude that what the British government have done is become anti-Israel, which is not a balanced position. It's not a legal position. It's a wrong position, and it's not good for Britain's political, security, and moral standing.
Hi, thank you so much for watching. To watch another one, click here. To stay up to date with all our content, click here to subscribe. And if you're able to, you can help support JTV to grow and grow by clicking join below this video, where you can become a member and get perks including early access to videos and private live discussions with me. But most of all, you'll be partnering with us on our mission to change the world.